appearance has been waived, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's just make sure those depots are hopefully set. You said they were possibly August, so hopefully they'll be set then.
Yeah.
All right. What else do you have?
Your Honor, next is Mr. Dion Green. We had to reset the subpoena, the deposition for one of the witnesses that has been set for this Thursday.
It's this Thursday, so what do you want to do with that?
I guess if we can just leave it set without and see how the deposition goes, and then if we have a resolution, we'll move forward.
So for next Monday, the 30th?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. It's going to be June 30th at 9 o'clock for, I guess we'll call plea or continue.
And Your Honor, I believe the last for me is Mr. Isaiah Sapp. I'd like to leave him set without as well. That will be entry of a plea.
For the 30th?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. June 30th, 9 o'clock for a plea.
And Your Honor, if I may, I'm covering for Ms. Merrifield today. I believe they're going to be under Flaherty. First for that is a Charles Day. The notes I have requesting a continuance charge to the state. I believe she's already spoken with Mr. Sheik, and state agrees.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. What's the holdup on that one?
Based on
It's a brand new case.
Yes, Your Honor. We had not filed an information until very recently, trying to get our ducks in a row on that particular case.
Okay.
And so information has been filed and discovery is en route.
Okay. All right. So state continuance. Let's put that August 25th at 9 o'clock.
Yes, Your Honor. Next is a Mr. Fernandez, 24 CF 2667. She's asking to leave that set without subpoenas for entry of a plea.
Okay, let's see. June 30th for a plea, 9 o'clock. And I believe there was, can you confirm the other ones that are on the docket were continued? Have y'all seen those orders?
I was going to go over those at the end, make sure those are not remaining as well. Next is
Just so everyone knows, that we're still dealing with a delay with the clerk switch of the new system. There are things just aren't being processed. So if you're not getting things, I know I've signed orders a week ago on some of them, and they're still not in there. So just pay attention on your cases for those, because there's just a pretty large queue from what I'm understanding at this point. So you may have an order that you're waiting on that's been signed for a week or more, and just follow up with my office if it's urgent. So,
thank you, Your Honor.
go ahead.
Next is Mary Lee Pear, requesting to leave that set without. Will likely be entry of a plea.
June 30th, 9 o'clock for a plea. Possible.
Next is Ronald Pruitt, 25 CF 178. She's asking for a control date. Looks like this is going to be a PTI without a plea. So I don't know.
Is the 30th long enough, or should we just put it for the next?
Let's put it for the August date, just to make sure, Your Honor. I don't know
Okay.
where exactly it's at in the process.
August 25th for a control date.
And the
9
last
o'clock.
one I have notes on is a Meadow Rhines, 25 CF 570. I believe the DPA has already been filed. If we can just have the August date as a control date for that as well. It's probably stuck in that backlog, to be honest.
I don't see it, so let's just put it on the, this is the first time up, so August 25th at 9 o'clock.
And then she
EPA
has
en route.
4 cases that I believe were continued, but the orders are probably stuck. Austin Chastain, 24 CF 2668.
And that's for,
This is under Merrifield
This will be
and/or
actually-
Flaherty still, yes, Your Honor.
okay. I think that was the last Flaherty case I had. I think that one was continued already.
Yes, Your Honor, I believe you signed an order.
I believe the
And
rest
I
of
know I
these-
signed probably between Ms. Merrifield and some others, probably a dozen or more continuances last week, but they're just not in there yet, so.
Yes, Your Honor, and the rest of these should already be continued. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything for her.
Okay.
Then there's a Matthew Deedy, D-E-D-I-E,
I believe that was continued.
Joseph Felicia, F-E-L-I-C-C-I-A.
I do recall signing that one.
Okay, and then Blake McJunkin.
Same.
Perfect.
All right, those are all continued
I
to
believe
August
that's all I
25th.
have.
All right, thank you, Mr. Drew. All right, Mr. Garrett. Morning.
Your Honor, Chris Garrett, for the record, there are waivers on file for my clients today. First, Jason Brown, 25 CF 722. I believe it's the first time up for this client, requesting a continuance to August to receive and review discovery.
All right, it's first time up, August 25th, 9 o'clock.
Then Chris Garrett on behalf of Victoria Hartley, 25 CF 574. Also, first time up, continuance to receive and review discovery.
August 25th, 9 o'clock.
And then finally, Chris Garrett on behalf of Helen Sexton, 24 CF 1835. Your Honor, this is a PTI without a plea. We received the contract on Friday. I just saw an email from my assistant to Mr. Sheik that we've emailed that to the state. Since it is without a plea, can we go ahead and file that without, before court?
Oh, of course.
Okay, sounds good, Your Honor.
If it's not a plea, then just file it, but we'll need a control date. Do you
Sounds
want to
good.
keep it on for the 30th?
Your Honor, I also have Judge Drake on Monday morning. Could we have a continuance just?
Just, that's fine. I mean, if it's going to be a PTI. just
Yes, Your Honor.
August 25th.
And I believe that's all I have.
And going forward, Mr. Garrett or anyone else, if you've got a first-time case up and then there's a agreed continuance, you can certainly file a motion for that. Save
you, Your
yourself some time. All right.
Have a good day, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank
You too. Mr. Cotton.
Morning, Judge.
Morning.
You're going to have three cases on the docket today. The first one is Alexis Kasombat, K-A-O-S-O-M-B-A-T, 24 CF 2246. Judge, I think we've reached an agreement on that. We're going to do a written plea there's a potential restitution issue. We're just going to reserve for 90 on it, but I need to get my client in and fully go over that. If I could just have a continuance to wrap that up. I can set it for docket day, but I'd hate to have to come back if I can't get her in before then. I don't know. I haven't talked to her.
Okay. When you say written plea,
It's going to be a plea to a misdemeanor, Judge.
Misdemeanor.
Sorry.
no, that's fine. I just want to make sure. You said restitution?
Well, there's a cell phone issue that may have somehow gotten damaged, and I don't know. We're working on it either way.
Let's go August 25th at 9 o'clock, but I'm going to call that last continuance. Y'all say you have it resolved, but.
Perfect. Your Honor, the next case I have is Joshua Landry, 25 CF 459. I've received the discovery on that recently, Judge, but I have not had an opportunity to review that or meet with my client yet, so I'd request a continuance on that.
It's the first time up. Any objections?
Christine? That's
It's
okay.
fine.
Landry,
I-
first time out.
Landry, first time up. All right. August 25th, 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir. The next case I have is Michael Pakacek, 24 CF 1486.
Changed it again.
Getting there. Judge, as you know, there was a motion to compel pending. I want to let the court know that the state has produced, since our last hearing, they've produced multiple videos, new witnesses for us for the negotiators, and at least 10 videos from negotiation. But I just received those. I haven't been through them. Also, we're going to have to set a depot. I think my office has already been coordinating, but I can't represent whether we've got it. We were an August date, maybe? Is that where we were?
I think so, they were working at this very
Were these the redacted videos that y'all had talked about last
There
time?
were some redacted videos. Those have already been provided, but since the state has now also provided video from, body cam video from the actual negotiators, separate from the SRT team. So to my knowledge, everything's been produced, but I think Ms. Basso would, if not, they're ongoing and continuing, but I know she's done.
I think we have everything we have right now. After you review it,
I will.
we have everything.
So Judge, based on that, we do have about 3 depositions from that. I don't anticipate, there was a very long list of the people on the SRT team. At this point, I'm not convinced I need to set all of those people for deposition. There were a couple I think I need to set, and I think we're working on a date to get that completed.
All right. Well, hopefully before August 25th.
Yeah, absolutely, we're working on that.
All right.
All right.
August 25th at 9 o'clock for Mr. Paycheck or,
Judge, that's all I got.
all right.
Good to see you. Thanks.
You too. Thank you, Mr. Cotton. Ms. Dudley. Morning.
The first one I have is Charles Blanchard and 25 CF 214. I think last time we waited on discovery, we did get discovery. I sent another request for some items that I thought were missing. So if I can get a continuance to the next pretrial.
Any particular items that you think are missing?
I didn't get any digital evidence, so I did email the state and ask about that. So
Okay. All right. Whose case is that? Is that Ms. Leone? Is that Blanchard? Is that yours? Okay. Do y'all have any other, was it video evidence you're talking about?
yeah, I asked for if there were any videos or audio photos.
Okay. I just want to, I know it's only the second time up, but,
Yes, sir.
all right. August 25th at 9 o'clock. Let's make sure all evidence is turned over before then, well in advance of that.
The next one I have is Latavius Brown and 24 CF 785. We were finally able to get scheduled for me to look at the evidence. That's the one where I sat during depots. The officer talked about it not being secured and not being sealed, and he had to get called back out. So we have that set for August 8th.
To go see the evidence?
Yes, sir.
We've talked about this at least twice already. So August 8th is the viewing.
Yes, sir.
Because this case is over a year old already. All right, August 25th, 9 o'clock. I'm not going to call it last continuance, but I'm not, I'd have to hear something special to continue it again.
Next I have is Donald Couch and 25 CF 389. I would ask for continuance to the next pretrial. He is working on getting his license, but it's requiring him to go to Hawaii to do some stuff to get that. So. He's hopefully close. He's been down there 3 or 4 times with stuff they're sending him back to do. So
I think Mr. Sheik would like to help him out with that. So, just based on the look I just got. All right. August 25th, 9 o'clock.
The state pays for it, I'll gladly help.
Some depositions on the road or something to talk to someone from DMV in Hawaii.
yes, sir. Next I have is Colby Hart and 24 CF 1881, 24 CF 1972. We have a deposition set
July 1st.
July 1st. So that's our continuance to the next pretrial.
Is there anything else that you're expecting after those? Because
As long as everybody shows up, I think we should.
is that for both cases
Yes, sir.
you've got?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Because they're from August of last year, so
Yes, sir.
they're getting pretty old. I know they're pretty serious charges, but August 25th, 9 o'clock.
The next one I have is Jeff Ledoux and 24 CF 1018 and 24 CF 2012. I did get discovery on the 19th. I would ask for continuance to the next pretrial so I
19th
can
of
review that.
June?
Yes, sir. I'm not the first attorney on it, but I did just get the discovery.
Well, I understand.
And I haven't had a chance to review it. I just need to look at it so I can see if there's any motions or any depots that need to be taken.
This case is over a year old. I know you're new to it, but I think you were waiting for discovery last time, so I'm not sure why
Yes,
it took
sir.
so long to get to you. All right, August 25th, 9 o'clock.
Next I have Zachary Lee. We'll have a deposition set on August 20th.
August 20th are your depots?
Yes, sir.
Okay. August 25th, 9 o'clock.
Now, last case I have, Your Honor, is Charles Ransom. I would ask for continuance to the next pretrial. I'm going to file a motion to suppress if he doesn't take the state's offer.
August 25th at 9.
I believe
Obviously, if we get that, if that's going to be filed, let's get it set
Yes, sir.
before then if
Yes,
possible.
sir. I think there's a date on the 31st, so I'll try to get it filed so we can have it that day.
And do it before it gets too full. I know that date's probably getting there as it is,
Yes,
so.
sir. I believe that's all I have.
That's the last one I have.
Mr. Nopes asked that I mentioned to you that he had to go for Walton first,
Okay.
and he will be here, and he's also covering Mr. Cobb, so we'll handle those cases when he gets here.
Okay, perfect. All right, Mr. Browning. Oh, wait, hold on just a second. Oh, Ms. Dudley, you've got a couple that are listed at the 1 o'clock docket because I think you took them over
Okay.
since they got set. It's going to be Logan Killebrew.
I would just ask for continuance on that. Still, that's a,
Is he still in jail
he
somewhere?
is not. He is not, Your Honor. He is not incarcerated.
Okay. So what are we doing with that case? It's a year old.
I haven't had a long meet. I think I'm still working on getting all the discovery
Okay.
and reviewing that, so I'll just ask for continuance.
All right. Are you getting the discovery from the previous lawyer, or are you
It
getting
comes
it
from the state, Your Honor.
Okay, I just want to make sure these things, because especially
Yes,
if
sir.
it's already turned over, let's make sure it gets turned
Yes, sir.
over quickly, so these cases can make some progress. Again, this case is a year old. 8:25, 9 o'clock. What was the other one, Madam Clerk? Adam Phillips. You have Adam Phillips?
Yes, sir, I do. I don't have discovery on him yet. I'll ask for continuance.
Are you on both of them, Ms. Duncan?
Yes, sir. I think I filed on it maybe a week ago or week and a half, something like that. So maybe it might not have made it through or got changed.
All right, and they're new cases, so.
But yeah, I don't have discovery on, actually, I don't have discovery on Killable either. I only have,
On which case? You had contact with him, Ms. Duncan?
yes, sir.
Sounds like pretrial isn't having any contact from him.
Gotcha. Is there an order on that?
Right. Why don't, on Mr. Phillips, due to that,
Leave him for a
leave him
document.
for Monday,
Okay.
June 30th.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, if there's movement on that issue between
I will
now
check-
and
I
then,
will
you
check
can
with
certainly
Competency, John.
move to continue the case at that point.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Ms.
All right,
Tibbetts.
thank you.
All right, Mr. Browning, sorry about that. I think you have one on the 1 o'clock docket as well.
Corey Browning for Samantha Carrick, it's 25 CF 816. It's first time up, Judge has to pass it to next pretrial.
Hold on just a second.
Samantha Carrick. Also, Judge, we filed a motion to modify condition of pretrial release without objection. Do you just need to order?
On Carrick?
Yes, sir.
I think you got that situation with your 1 o'clock case, the Cox case.
What about the, oh, yeah, that what you're looking at, Judge?
Well, that's what, I think that one had a motion too, but I didn't have an order.
Yeah, that one too. I did also filed one on that one as well, Judge.
I haven't seen the case.
I don't think I sent you an order yet.
A motion on Carrick.
No. Maybe it was drafted and didn't get filed. So we'll get that filed if
Is it
not.
just, you said modifying bond?
And the state had no objection.
What's the circumstance? Just contact?
Contact and being able to return to the alleged victim is the mother, and the daughter is the caregiver of the mother, who's in a rehab facility, who has no other body to help her. And so asked that the caregiver wants the daughter to come get her mother's stuff out of the caregiver's house. And I've talked to the mother directly, and she's drafted an affidavit. She wants charges dropped and wants contact. So we're just asking to modify to no violent contact and allow the daughter to retrieve the mother's property from the caregiver's residence.
Who's the state on this case?
The state has no objection on this one, Your Honor.
Have you talked to the alleged victim in the case?
We've had the contact, but I haven't been able to speak with her about whether to dismiss the case yet, so that's,
Well, I mean, given the circumstances of what the allegations are, I'd like to make sure y'all talk to them first before I really want to sign that order. So if y'all could get that done, talk to each other, file the motion. If it's agreed upon, once that's happened, I'll certainly take a look at it.
Okay.
But I don't see anything that's been filed at this point, Mr.
Okay.
Bryan. But then again, it could be in the queue somewhere.
It could be.
So just follow up on it if you send me over an order and I haven't signed it within a few days.
Understood, Judge.
All right.
Next,
I'm sorry, that's going to be August 25th.
Yes, thank you,
At
Judge.
9 o'clock.
August 25th. Next is Cody Ladner, 24 CF 2833. That's going to be a PTI, Judge, which I've got executed for probation.
So is there a plea or is it just PTI?
Straight PTI,
Straight
Judge, so we
PTI.
just get a control date.
Well, you've handed it in now, right?
I'm handed it to probation.
Does
now,
he
Judge.
have to talk to them today? Can
Contact you today?
he report to the office?
He's from Mississippi.
Oh,
Have him contact your office, call. It's been taken.
He's gonna have to be in the office.
Has to come in person.
Yes.
Okay, all right, I'll have him contact you and schedule.
can they supervise him in Mississippi? Okay. I don't want it to be a situation where you turn it in and then they have to come back and say, we can't do that. And why don't we hold on to, talk to probation? Well, we can bring them back on the 30th if you'd like,
Is that June 30th, Judge?
June 30th, that next Monday.
Okay.
Obviously, if y'all get it worked out and it's turned in, it can come off the docket, but
Okay, yeah, let's see.
I'm a little concerned if he's from out of state, what DOC is going to do with that.
Well, if it's straight PTI, because it's not a plea.
But if they're supervising,
Right.
I mean, I think PTI is typically supervised, pretrial diversion could be different, but I'll let y'all talk about that.
Okay.
We'll put them on June 30th, but again, if y'all can't get it worked out and it's June 30th would be kind of fruitless, you can certainly move to continue it, Mr. Brown.
Okay, that's good. Thank you, Judge. Judge, next, Stephen Poche, 24 CF 1614.
What are we doing?
Judge, I continued last time because we were having trouble getting a hearing date scheduled, and then during all that, I lost my criminal defense paralegal, which threw a wrench and everything. I think we finally got a date worked out, August 7th, for the motion hearing. As long as the court's still available, Mr. Six available, I'm available. That was the dates that the court had given us. We haven't set it yet. I think we got those dates around last week, and then I discussed with Mr. Six this morning. He said he was available August 7th.
Y'all trying to do morning or afternoon?
I'm not even sure. I just know my staff said I was available.
Fine either way, Your Honor.
Want to take a quick look at your schedule?
Yes, sir.
Mr.
Thank you,
Rhodes? I can
Judge.
give you either one.
Okay.
Just, we've got some miscellaneous stuff set for that morning,
Okay.
and then we've got an arraignment date in the afternoon, but there's some time after that as well.
Yeah, I'm good that morning, Judge.
All right, let's put it for 9 o'clock then.
I am.
You could file a
I will.
notice of hearing on that.
Yes, sir. Judge, do we want to continue that to an August 25th date? Or just want it straight, continue to August 7th?
Can you approach Mr. Browning, Mr. Sheik?
Backbone Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Hello, I am Bonnie from Body Be Healthy here in Crestview. We have been serving the area since 1999. We're an alternative health food store. If you're interested in bettering your health, we'd like to invite you to stop by. We're located in Court Plaza. Stop by and let us help you be healthy.
All right, it'll be August 7th at
I'm
9
Amanda Gaffney
o'clock
with
for
Briar
the
Park
motion to
Realty,
suppress,
helping qualify.
and then August 25th for pretrial.
All right, and then lastly, Judge Dolores Cox, which was set for this afternoon.
That's on the 1 o'clock docket.
Yes, sir. And we'd have to pass it, Judge, it's first time up.
Okay. And I believe on that case, I saw a motion to modify,
Yes, sir.
but I didn't see an order.
And I may not file it, Judge, or it may be in a
Send
system.
it directly to my office via email, that way I can take a look at it.
Okay.
I think the alleged victim is the husband, and
It is, Judge.
contacted my office at some point. I think we've relayed that already.
Yes, yes.
I mean, obviously I didn't talk to him, but I know he tried to reach out.
Yes, Judge. Okay,
All right.
that's all I
So
have, Judge.
maybe August 25th at 9 o'clock for Dolores Cox.
All right, thanks,
All
Judge.
right,
Yes,
thank you, Mr. Browning. Mr. Gilbert. Morning. Let me find you here.
First case is Perrin Dillard in 25 CF 545. We have a waiver on file. This was an out-of-state fugitive case. He waived extradition, went home, and he's out on bond.
Has the case been dismissed? I'll usually dismiss those after that happens. right?
We're confirmed he's signed the extradition.
In the jail?
He's out.
Does he have a different case here too?
He does, Your Honor. It's another charge associated with his arrest down south side.
Will they put that in the south end and then give us the fugitive?
I had that question.
It looks like he was released back in April.
But the companion case is 527. Possession.
Your Honor, the state will dismiss this one.
Which is what happens when they get extradited, so I'm not sure why it stayed on the docket. All right.
Next case is Donald Robinson in 24 CF 2138. We have a waiver on file. We're still trying to get this one canine officer in for a deposition, and I've got a motion coming in. I think we can sign up to being ready or done with that by next PTC. I know it's getting a little long here.
Yeah, it is. Well, then his bond was revoked at first appearance, right? A couple weeks ago?
He got
He's
rearrested.
an inmate now.
Yeah, he got arrested on a new charge, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you need to have him here?
No, Your Honor,
Okay, then we can bring it back tomorrow when we have inmates, but,
not on that case.
all right, so one more deposition. All right, August 25th at 9 o'clock. Well, I guess we should probably put him on the incarcerated docket if he's in there. All right, it's going to be August 27th at 9 o'clock.
Very good. Thank you, Your Honor. Then last case, it's, I'm going to do the last name first. Agudelo, Agudelo.
That's on the 1 o'clock, isn't it?
Yes, sir. This is
Yerzek Aguadello, 24 CF 2155.
it's a new case to us from the PD, request a continuance for a deposition of the victim.
It's going to be August 25th at 9 o'clock. But let's make sure that depot's done by that point.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you,
That's all I
Mr. Gilbert. Mr. Keach.
Your Honor.
Morning.
For the record, Jeremy Keach. I'm here in State of Florida versus Cameron Gully, 24 CF 84, and I believe 24 CF 85 is tracking that case as well.
So we gave y'all the wrong, y'all are here on the right day, but for some reason they're listed on the docket for tomorrow. So what are we doing with Mr. Gully today?
Judge, I can announce to the court that we completed the depositions in Texas and in Utah. There is a deposition of a witness who we excused previously that's set for August 13th. What I'm asking is a final continuance for the September trial dates. Whereas no objection.
There's no objection. I know about the deposition they scheduled in August, Your Honor.
Is that local or is that?
It's local. It's August 13th. I'm hopeful. I mean, we did receive some other out-of-state witnesses, but I don't think I'm going to need to depose those people. And borrowing any additional discovery being presented by the state, I think pretty much the hay is in the barn except for this final deposition. And it's more of providing adequate notice to get all these out-of-state witnesses to Florida for a trial, because I do expect it's going to be a 3-day trial.
How many days did you say?
3.
3. What's our next trial week? In August. Those trial weeks would be September 8th and 15th.
Judge, could we agree to the September 8th so that all these out-of-state witnesses would know to be here?
I'm fine with either one. I just figure if y'all want to work that out, that way you know which week it's going to go.
Fine. Yes, Your
If we
Honor.
can be penciled in for that week, we'll get it done.
So August 25th, pretrial. And I'm just going to put the 9/8 trial date.
Perfect. All right, that's all
See
I
you
have.
back on August 25th.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right, good to go. Thanks. I believe that's all I have. Maybe excused.
I mean, you weren't even on the docket, so. Thanks, Mr. Keats. All right, Mr. Hardy.
Good morning, Your Honor. First case I have is Jake Corley, and Your Honor, I've talked to the state already. We're going to ask to continue that one more time.
Find you in here. I think I'm on the wrong date. All right, where are we at with Mr. Corley?
We're going to ask to continue that to the August 25th date, Your Honor.
Yeah, but what are we doing on that case?
We've got an offer. We're still mulling it over.
Okay. Any objections?
No objections from the state, Your Honor.
All right, 8:25 at 9 o'clock.
Your Honor, my second case is Wesley Lawson, and Your Honor, we do not have discovery from the state yet.
Mr. Sheik?
Some sort of error, Your Honor. I'm not sure why we didn't send it, but I've already put in the request, and it should be on its way right now.
And Your Honor, we've discussed the case and talked about an offer.
First time up, I understand.
Yeah.
I would like for discovery, at least the beginning of discovery gets started before we get to a pretrial, but sometimes that happens. All right, August 25th, 9 o'clock.
And Your Honor, my last case is Caleb Thompson. We're going to ask to leave that set on docket day, plea or continue. I know the last time we were here, Your Honor, you wanted a little more information about that before his pretrial release was changed. We're going to get the people from Embrace and In-Home Services here in court on the 30th. So if we could just leave that for the docket day, plea or continue.
Yeah, I just hadn't had any dealings with Embrace even when I was in that division, so I just.
Yeah, that was a group I didn't know much about either, Your Honor. So.
Okay. All right, we'll put you on June 30th at 9 o'clock for plea or continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, Mr. Williams. Morning.
First, Your Honor, I have State of Florida versus Streeter, Tiffany Streeter. I have a waiver of appearance on file for her. Ms. Leone and I have set depositions in her case for the 1st of July, so I'd ask for a continuance to allow us to do those.
This case was transferred from another division, right? That's why it's kind of older.
Yes, Your Honor, that's
Okay.
correct.
Yeah, I think there was a situation with a co-defendant in the other division, if I recall.
All right. So did you say depositions are set, or you're going to get them set?
They're set, Your Honor.
What day are they set?
1 July.
1 July.
But I can tell the court, and also due to the numerous witnesses in this case, depositions and discovery may take a little bit of a while, also because there are 2 other co-defendants, so we have to coordinate all those depositions with the other 2 defense counsel.
What cases are those?
The other one is Felicia Johnson, defendant Felicia Johnson, and the other one is Marcia Knox or Marcia Reed, aka. And Ms. Johnson is represented on Mr. Powell, and Marcia Reed, she also has private counsel, maybe Martin Opes.
Your Honor, I was going to say, Your Honor, I know that typically, and I know in this case, we did try to coordinate with the other counsel. I don't want to throw stones here. I'm not sure how that happened, how that all came out, but eventually we just had to get it set, so.
All right, August 25th at 9 o'clock for Streeter.
Next, Your Honor, on the docket is Jerry Moody. That's 25 CF 657. However, Mr. Moody, who was out on pretrial release, he had his pretrial release revoked by the first appearance judge on the 9th. For I think he got picked up for shoplifting, allegedly. And so he's in custody, and I believe he's being moved to your docket tomorrow. So, in any case, he's not here today, and they told me he's on the list to come over tomorrow.
Yeah, it looks like petty theft and resisting a merchant or whatever they call it.
I believe it was Walmart, yeah.
I don't have you, that'll be in front of Judge Ward. That's a misdemeanor.
That'll be in front of Judge Ward tomorrow?
No, it'll be in front of, the new case is in front of Judge Ward.
The misdemeanor case. I see. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, but we'll have him tomorrow.
Yes. And I noticed that he didn't have an attorney assigned yet, or he has maybe the public defender. I don't know if they're going to conflict.
There's no attorney as of right now.
Okay.
All right, so what do you want to do with this one? Just leave it for tomorrow? Can we?
Leave it for tomorrow. I think he's on the list to be transported tomorrow, so.
He is already? Okay, perfect. Then we'll just have him tomorrow. Let's put that 6/24. All right. You've got other cases tomorrow, Mr. Williams?
I do.
Okay.
I have several.
I just wanted to make sure you're not coming over for one other case.
I appreciate that, Your Honor. And there is I expect we're going to probably ask for a continuance in Mr. Moody's because prior to him getting arrested, I wasn't able to get a hold of him. And since he's been in jail, it took me a few days to find that out, and I haven't had a chance to visit him. I'll be seeing him after I'm concluded here today.
Okay. And it's the first time up, so.
It is first time up.
All right. So we'll see you tomorrow about that one.
Right. Your Honor, next I have Jessica Taylor, that's 25 CF 1-4. I am conflicted in that, Your Honor, and I filed a conflict. So here's Ms. Taylor. And so I think we'll be sending you an order shortly on that, probably today.
Make sure you just email everything directly to my assistant.
To your assistant, yes.
That way we can at least get the order signed. You might not get it back right away, but at least I can get it signed, and the case will be assigned to a new lawyer once that happens.
I talked to my assistant this morning. She's going to do that directly to your JA.
Any order should come in that way. Just it gets done a little faster, and obviously with the portal situation right now, we want to make sure it gets done, especially so Ms. Taylor can get her new counsel assigned.
So can we tell Ms. Taylor when she'll have a return date? Will that be August 25th?
Let's put you down for August 25th, Ms. Taylor, at 9 o'clock. And then just pay attention to, you can either look it up on the clerk's website if it's there, or contact them to see who gets appointed to your case. All right. And I would make an appointment with whoever that lawyer is, just so you can make some progress between now and August. All right, thank you, Ms. Taylor.
And next, Your Honor, I have Sixto Rivera, that's 22 CF 1222 and 22 CF 1214. Mr. Rivera is joining me here at the podium. Well, I guess he's not going to join me at the podium.
This man is a danger to me.
He's what? He's a danger to you?
Based on his actions and telling me that I need to know my place.
Well,
This man is a danger to me, to my health. After I explained to him that I am a disabled person with anxiety, depression, PTSD, this man said, I don't care, I don't need to listen to you, and I will continue doing what I want, and you need to know your place. So I feel, yeah.
Williams?
Yes, Your Honor, of course, none of that is true. I did have a meeting with Mr. Rivera Friday the 13th for almost 2 hours, along with him, along with my investigator, so that we could go over the case. As you recall, I believe I'm the third or fourth appointed counsel on this case, and there was also at least one private counsel along the way. We had a meeting. It was scheduled for 2 hours. It lasted for about an hour and 45 minutes, at which point Mr. Rivera, in a fit of anger, decided to leave and stormed out, and has refused to have any meaningful communication with me since then. Basically, Your Honor, I think the problem, and I'm not sure, because I've asked him how he wants to proceed today. Does he wish to let the court know that he wants to represent himself, or does he want to have a Nelson hearing or anything? So maybe we should ask him how he wants to proceed.
Mr. Rivera?
Your Honor, we had a meeting.
What would you like to do today?
I would like to remove this man as far as possible from me.
Okay.
I said he did state, I don't need to listen to you anymore.
Okay, Mr. Rivera, I'm not getting into the facts of it. We're going to have a hearing on that.
Yes, that's okay. But I do have one thing, if you don't mind.
If you don't mind, I'd like to get an answer to my question. I understand you want him removed from your case. Are you asking for another lawyer to be appointed, or are you asking to represent yourself?
I will represent myself, Your Honor.
Because we're not going to keep jumping back and forth like this, Mr. Rivera. We've had Feretta hearings, we've had Nelson hearings. If you're going to represent yourself, you're going to represent yourself, or hire a new counsel, but I can't keep doing this. This case is over 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have to file something as to why you want.
I will file that. I would like for you to read this, if you don't mind, whenever you're going to.
I can't just take things that you want me to read. You have to file them.
Okay, so the bar is asking for you to review the evidence that she lied. So.
All right, first of all, we don't point fingers at people. I think we've had this discussion before, Mr. Rivera.
Ms. Bosso.
Okay, can I finish?
Okay.
And you're getting very heated again already. So remain calm.
Calm.
Okay, but don't point your fingers at people.
Okay.
So we're going to have to set a hearing, called a Feretta hearing, to find out if you can represent yourself. I know there's been one in the past. I don't think I'm the one that did it the last time.
Yes, you were.
Well, I think I might have done the Nelson hearing at some point. But we'll go through that, but I'm not going to do that on this docket today.
That's correct. Also, I wanted to inform you, Your Honor, that tomorrow I have a meeting with the state senator. They are very interested to know why the state attorney has lied during this prosecution, causing other crimes. Furthermore, they're also interested in why the police lied on their police report to bring
What state senator are you talking about?
There's like 4 or 5 here. I contacted one, and they
You
sent.
said you have a meeting set.
Yes, tomorrow at
With-
10 o'clock
With who?
with the state senator's aide that they are looking into
Which
this.
state senator?
Like I said, I believe if,
Well, if you've got an appointment, you should know.
was that? I'm sorry?
If you've got an appointment, you should know that, right?
I have the aide. Can I have my phone real quick? if you don't mind? I'll show you the name of the person that I will be meeting with tomorrow, which is the senator's aide. He is the person who contacted me after I contacted another senator, and they were not in the district, so they send that information to this district. Okay, right here. So tomorrow, his name is Davison Oberliesen. And we have a meeting tomorrow. And
That's the name
302,
of, that's the name of the aide?
that's the name of the senator's aide.
Okay, what's the name of the senator?
When he called me, I forgot. I'm not sure if it's one of the 3. There's including Rick Scott. He's one of the senators that covers this area. But one of them is going to be with me tomorrow, sitting down to look at the videos, at the reports, and to see why the state attorney and the police would lie in a police report or in open court in order to continue.
You've made these allegations before, Mr. Rivera.
Yes, I did. So now I'm taking it higher because I took him to the bar and the bar replied, we cannot do anything about that. They closed the investigation. They said that the judge in the trial must determine if it was any malicious or anything that was done by the state, meaning that you will have to look at the evidence to see what happened. And this happened June 30th of 2022, which will be,
3 years.
we're 7 days for 3 years since the state attorney has been lying to the state. And one thing is committed a mistake, Your Honor.
Mr. Rivera?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again,
Yes, Your Honor.
you're starting to get a little bit loud
I am.
and animated.
It's not, I'm not yelling at anybody. Just trust me on that one. I'm not. If I was directing something, it would be directed. But what I'm saying is it's been 3 years since the state attorney lied to the court. Now, it's one thing to make a mistake, but it's another to be informed of what has happened based on what the state has done and keep quiet, which is maliciously, that is on purpose. So now these offices, the senator and the bar requested that you will be the one to look at the evidence, and the senator will be looking at it tomorrow, the 8th of the senator. So I'll be sitting with them. I got a 2-hour meeting that I will show everything. And at the end of the day, if it doesn't come to fruition, I just blast it online. I'll never open a Facebook or any account or none of that, but I will open one just to show the lies that he has been committed here for over 3 years in order to keep.
Okay, now you're hitting the lectern in front of you.
But yeah, this is where he's at, Your Honor. If we need to make a hearing here in order to remove it or for a hearing, I'll submit document for that. There's no issue for
Well,
that.
I just want to make sure, and because Mr. Rivera, we're going to have another hearing, so we don't
Yes.
need to keep going through this.
Yes.
I just want to make sure that you're telling me for sure, you're talking about a Feretta hearing. What if I don't grant your Feretta request?
If you don't like I'll be the one to represent myself. I will.
It's not about whether or not I like it. It's whether or
I
not
mean,
you're capable of doing
If
it.
whether I'm capable of representing myself or not, that is your decision to make, Your Honor.
I understand that. I'm not confused about that. What I'm asking is, if I were to turn it down, what are you going to be asking for at that point?
I'm asking for a fair trial. And while the state attorney
All right,
continues
let's
to
go
be
ahead and
there,
we're going to set it for the afternoon of June 30th.
June 30th, afternoon.
That's our docket day, but I'm sure we'll be done by let's just say 1:30. Does that work for you, Mr. Williams? Just because you're still counsel until I go through the Feretta hearing?
I'm not sure, Your Honor. I've got my calendar on my computer there.
Okay.
Should I grab it?
Yes.
1 p.m. you said.
1:30. But let me just see if Mr. Williams can attend. Otherwise, we may just have to find a different day that week.
Your Honor, well, He's looking that up. Just to let the court know, Davidson Oberliesen is a legislative aide for Senator Gates.
Don Gates, okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Gates.
That work for you, Mr. Williams?
Sorry, Judge, I hit the wrong button. Getting on the internet here. Believe it will. I know I'm picking a jury in Bay County that morning, so I doubt. That's perfect, Your Honor. We have the Whittington hearing sentencing that afternoon at 2 o'clock, so.
It's on the
On June the 30th. So 1:30 is fine. Oh, actually, the sentencing is scheduled for 1:30.
All right, so you'll be here anyway. All right. 1:30 on June 30th.
June 30th.
All right, thank you,
Right.
Mr. Rivera. We'll
Thank
see
you,
back on
sir.
that day.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a blessed day.
And, Your Honor, I have a couple of cases I'm covering for Mr. Ramey, if I could. The first one is State of Florida versus Fox. That's 24 CF 1596. Mr. Ramey.
Give me just a
has
second, Mr. Williams, to catch
I'm
up.
sorry, yes. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. All right, go ahead.
Fox, Your Honor, 24 CF 1596. Mr. Ramey's got a waiver of appearance on file, has deposition scheduled for the 1st of July. We would like to pass it to the next cycle, which I think is August 25th.
Ms. Baraping, do you know what the delay in this case has been? It's a year old. I'm not asking Mr. Williams because he's just covering, so. I know these depositions have been set for quite some time, but they're not till July 1st.
Yes, Judge, I've gone back and forth.
Okay. So I think that's going to be the case on the next case, too.
Fisher.
right.
Yes,
All right.
exactly.
All right, so Fox is going to be August 25th at 9 o'clock. And then what's the other cases at the Fisher?
Fisher, Your Honor,
Jordan.
24 CF 1234. Same situation, deposition scheduled July 1st. And a waiver is on file.
If you could impress upon Mr. Ramey that we need to bring this one in for a landing, both of them.
Very well,
One's
Your
from May of last year and one from July of last year.
I'll be happy to do that, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. August 25th at 9 o'clock for both of them.
And I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow. All right, is it Mr. Weed?
Morning, sir.
Morning.
Oh, Your Honor, I had a case that was on the court's docket because she was out of custody and now is on for tomorrow. If I could indulge, I did speak to the state. They didn't have an objection if we had called it up. It's 25 CF 820C, Sheena Anderson.
Okay, so it's set for tomorrow.
Yes, Your Honor, she had this case, ultimately picked up a second case which revoked pretrial release. That case has been letter of release, no file by the state attorney's office. We anticipate a resolution of something, a withhold of adjudication, maybe with a little bit of probation, maybe a time served disposition and speaking to the state. The allegation is that she allegedly put a tracking device on her soon-to-be ex-husband's vehicle. There's been a back and forth, which is why I represent her in Hillsborough County on a number of other matters. I came up from Tampa last night, and the reason I was trying to address it was I thought we could try to get it resolved today. I was then informed that you only do in custody or not in custody days. Is there a way we could structure something, Your Honor? The state and I have exchanged cell numbers as well. Maybe I could do it by Zoom tomorrow. The only reason I say that is I have pretrial conferences in Hillsborough, and I kind of set most of the day aside today for this to try to resolve. And it would allow her to get out of custody. She's certainly going to get out of custody, doesn't have any prior history. I didn't want to delay it any further. I'm just asking what might be the quickest way for me to try to get the case done. It's Mr. Sheik's case.
Yes, it's my case, Your Honor.
Looks like she already pled to one of the misdemeanors.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. She doesn't have any other prior history at all, Your Honor.
I'll just make sure it's clear on the record. Obviously, your client would know this, but she's not here. Mr. Weedes, I think I handled the injunction.
You did.
I was the judge on
And
the
I've seen, you were, Your Honor. And we certainly don't have any objection to the court residing over any plea or
I like to make sure I
resolving the
would
matter.
bring that up because I remember the name now and I remember the situation. Because I think it was a pretty lengthy injunction hearing. with
I
two lawyers
guarantee-
from out of town.
I
as well.
guarantee you it was a very lengthy injunction hearing, Your Honor. Respondent and or petitioner, ex-husband is former law enforcement.
I remember it.
Yes, sir.
They were from Hillsborough. I remember the case.
Yes, sir.
All right. Is your client going to be okay with you not being in person tomorrow?
Your Honor, I'm going to make sure that that is okay. We have continual contact, and I'm in touch with her mother all the time.
Okay.
I can guarantee you that if she knows she's getting released from Okaloosa County Jail, or I wouldn't be here, she would choose the former, so.
Okay. I'm fine with it. Just, you might want to check in with her just to make sure.
I'm going to do that, Your Honor, to verify. I'll do that later when I leave court today.
Okay. Because jail's just down the road here.
Yes, sir.
So,
And while I'm over here, I'm going to make sure to take care of that.
Okay. All right. Any issues with that, Mr. Sheik?
No issues from the state, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, should I just get with your judicial assistant about coordinating that as far as the Zoom and things of that nature? We can,
See if we've got one here. Otherwise, you'll have to reach out to my assistant.
Your Honor, I can have my staff do that. That's not a problem. I know it's an off-docket matter technically, so I appreciate the court's consideration
No, it's no problem.
regarding that. And Your Honor, is there a specific plea form that I could take from court maybe to have filed? What I'll do is I'll take it to the jail with her now, maybe execute it, and then could I file that through e-system or no?
I wouldn't do that. If you heard earlier, I mentioned it. I'm not sure if you were in the room at the time, but our clerk is in the process of changing their
Thank you.
software that they're using
Yes, sir.
from Benchmark to Odyssey, and it's causing some delays. So I would make sure to get it directly to maybe Mr. Sheik, or so we have a.
Or maybe both your office and Mr. Sheik, so that in an
Probably a
abundance
good
of caution,
idea.
it'd be done.
I mean, or if she gets it signed, if you can drop it off, their office is right down the street too.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. I appreciate the court's consideration regarding that, and I'll figure it out, and we'll get it done
All
before
right,
tomorrow morning.
We'll see you tomorrow via Zoom. I may take a lot of other people first before the
Absolutely,
Zoom,
Your
so
Honor.
just be prepared
Absolutely.
for a little bit of a delay.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Your Honor, and have a wonderful day.
All right, you too, Mr. Weed. All right, who did I have next? Did y'all arm wrestle for it or anything? Or Mr. Tony, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Your Honor. You're such a nice judge.
Oh, what are you asking for?
Going to have one matter before the court today, 2024 CF 1580, and that's State of Florida versus Kevin McKinley. Your Honor, we're still in the discovery phase. In this particular case, we haven't set the depositions, but we've in that email process back and forth between my office and the state.
We talked on April 28th, still trying to set depositions.
Yes.
I mean, what's the delay?
I don't know, Your Honor. We've sent numerous text messages. I know the state is busy.
Who's the state? Is it Miss Leone?
So what do you mean? Sorry,
Yeah.
you sent
Set the
messages.
depositions. Yeah, we've sent several emails
And I
trying to
think we
coordinate.
responded and we
Yes,
said it.
we've coordinated.
Yeah, we have coordinated it.
So when are the depositions?
I have to check my calendar, but I know last week we
I
set it up. The problem with this was that Mr. Tony was requesting an additional report from an incident that happened prior to.
You know, we also have another problem with regards to and I didn't want to bring this up, Judge, and I'm not going to
Well,
do it.
I just want to find out where we're at, because,
Yeah.
I mean, the case is from July of last year,
Yeah,
so it's almost a year old.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those cases where we're having conversations about the discovery issues and trying to resolve them without the advent of the court being involved. But there is an issue that we need to resolve prior to the depositions. And
Well, then let's resolve it, otherwise, I don't want to come back in August and find out there's still no
depositions.
depositions.
Probably going to be in August or September based on the calendar of the state, so.
Okay, but what's the issue that needs to be resolved?
It's a search warrant issue, Your Honor.
Okay, so what needs to be resolved?
I talked to the state today about it briefly. I don't know if it's sealed or not, but I don't have it.
Well, I don't have it here, but he hasn't requested it. He
Okay.
just told
Oh,
me,
I've
you just told me
requested it.
now.
But here's the thing, and I brought this up probably the first day that I was in this division, and I brought it up in meetings before I was even in this division. If there's issues with discovery, I certainly don't have any issue getting involved in that. If there's a motion to compel, if there's a concern about a Brady violation, if there's just, the state can't get their hands on things and can't turn it over, I'm fine to listen to that, because I want to know what the issues are. But we can't just keep pushing cases off because no one wants to bring it to my attention. Because you all know, I've been on both sides of the courtroom well. And I know what the delays often are. And so I'd like to know what it is so we can get moving with it. But we can't just keep kicking the can 2
I
months
can
at a
assure you,
time.
this is not a case that we're just not sitting idle waiting for something to happen. We've been in discussions about things that,
This is what I'd like to do. I want to keep it on for Monday. Now, if y'all have some depositions that are set before that date, I'm not saying they have to occur before that date, but they have to be set, then I'll entertain a motion to continue. Or if there's a need for a motion to compel or something about unsealing a search warrant, we can address that. But I can't continue these cases over and over when I'm being told the same thing every time we're here.
that's not a problem with me, Your Honor.
Okay. June 30th at 9 o'clock. Again, Mr. Tony, if y'all get everything worked out and the depositions are set and you don't need any more intervention from the court, I'll entertain your motion to continue.
Yes, sir.
Just make sure you send it directly to my office. If I'm trying to avoid you coming here,
Yes, sir.
make sure I get it so I can sign it and you don't have to be here.
No.
But just get the deposition set. I think we talked about there's like 6 officers that needed to be deposed. Let's get a date set and then we'll move from there.
Okay.
All right,
Thanks,
June 30th.
That's all I have.
All right, thank you, Mr. Tony. All right, Mr. Powell.
Today he signed the order allowing you to get off. I think I saw it. I think I saw the order, but you can put it for tomorrow if you want.
Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Powell.
I got 4 cases for Bo Powell, and I've got 1.
Okay, so which one would you like to start with?
First one is the hard one, Justin Busby, 23 CF 2415. They've taken some depositions in Mississippi. It's a Mississippi case, too. It's a very serious case, Judge.
Okay.
And
why am I not finding it? Oh, that's the one that's under.
It's under.
It's all right, I remember it now.
Carter, I think.
Yes.
I'm sorry about that.
All right,
And,
Justin
they've taken-
Busby, 23 CF 2415.
Right. And they've taken some deposition in Mississippi, and they've taken some here. They've got to take the parents of the victim and 1 officer, and that's also in Mississippi. We'd like to maybe get that done in last of July.
I think this was the last continuance the last time.
You didn't say it was the last one.
Well, that's what I have written down on my docket.
Oh, okay. Well,
This case is 18 months old. I mean, we've been talking about Mississippi depositions for 6 months now.
They've taken some, Judge.
What's that?
They've taken some of
Oh,
them.
I understand, but the case is 18 months old. I mean, you had depositions, 3 weeks ago or so on June 4th. I know it's not your case.
Right, but it's a very serious case.
Oh, I understand.
And, you know, it's.
Which is why I was allowed to be 18 months old, and I didn't give grief at 8 months old. But a year and a half is enough time.
Trying to coordinate it up, there's lawyers in Mississippi. Here's what we need.
What is left to be done?
The parents'
And Ms.
deposition.
Paso, you can jump in anytime too, because I know it's because it's not your case, Mr. Powell, so I just want to. Okay.
Yeah, and,
He's private, he's a private, but he wasn't served properly by the show last time.
So, do y'all have to go back to Mississippi again?
Your Honor, I'm not planning to go back because the last time wasn't very good. We'll do it by Zoom if we have to. The state will be ready to go.
here's what we'd like, Judge, if you can do it. We'd like to try this case in September, and put it off to July or early August, and get these depositions taken. I mean, it's very serious case.
Well, I understand,
we
but
do everything we can.
Things need to get done.
Try in September. I'm trying not to get involved in it. I'm just kidding.
Well, then maybe the other Mr. Powell or Ms. Carter needs to come and talk to me about it. I think you've covered the last couple of times, and it's just getting to the point of I need to know what's going on and why it hasn't been done. I mean, if the guy's in private practice now or whatever, then let's just get him set.
And Your Honor, that's the state's frustration as well, and unfortunately, Powell is kind of in the crossfire now.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I'm not fussing at you, Mr. Powell. You're just here covering, but
I know, but, I mean, if we have to go to trial, we need to try in September. I'm trying to keep from coming in on the case. I'm just trying to get it put off. And he says they got these depositions in Mississippi to do. And they can do them by Zoom or whatever, but we need to take that one.
how many people are going to be coming from Mississippi for the trial?
the witnesses, basically the victim, her parents,
There's lawyers in Mississippi too, and,
Well, I'm just worried about coordinating.
as far as witnesses, the state's witnesses, that won't be a problem.
Okay.
We have been in touch with everybody, we would be ready to go, whenever they tell us to. The Mississippi case is running independently, they've got actually more charges than we do, but we are trying to finish.
Well, this is what I would like to do at this point, Mr. Powell.
Okay, thank
Keep it on for the 30th, which is next Monday. This is kind of one of our weird months where we kind of have an extra week in between because of the holiday, and there's a fifth week of June, or a fifth Monday. I want either Bo Powell here or Ms. Carter here to explain why these things haven't been done yet. Because I don't think it's fair that I fuss at you when it's not your case and you're not really involved. But at some point, we've been talking about these same things
I
for
agree,
6
Judge.
months now.
You're right on that.
I mean, I took over this division on December 30th. I'm pretty sure we talked about it then.
Sure we did.
Yeah,
But
so.
they hadn't got them all done. They're trying to get them on.
Well, I understand that. My concern is, why does it take more than 6 months to do a deposition? And if the guy's hard to find, then file something.
It's not hard to find, Judge, we know exactly where he is.
Okay.
We didn't serve him properly, so he chose not to show up. That's not on the state.
Well, I understand that. It's just, I mean, you've got lawyers in Mississippi who could be handling these things too. I mean, if he's in Mississippi, I mean, obviously there's a process you have to go through in order to subpoena someone outside of the state of Florida. So,
It's bad facts, bad case.
Oh, well.
You know, and,
so I'm gonna leave it on for the 30th.
okay.
And because I think we can keep it for the 30th and make a decision at that point if it's going to trial in July, or if I'm.
July.
What, hold on.
Okay.
Because that's where we're set right now. I'd like to find out why it hasn't been done, and I'll consider it all once I hear it from the people who were doing the work. But we've got an extra week where, you know, the state will still have time to coordinate for July, I would believe, especially if we go second week, to potentially get it done still. But otherwise, if it's just one person,
Yeah, but
They can get it done, but have them come in on Monday, the
All right.
30th, and explain it to me, Mr. Powell.
Oh, we've got some trips set in July. You know, I mean, we've already got plane tickets, so July's bad.
Well, I understand that, so, come in and explain why it needs to go to September.
All right, I got you. I understand.
And when I say come in, I mean.
I'll have him here.
Your co-counsel.
I'll have him here.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
All right, and you've got some other ones. All right.
Jonathan O'Shea, that's for Bo Powell, 25 CF 770.
Give me just a second to get to that page.
O'Shea, Judge.
O'Shea, Jonathan O'Shea. All right.
First time up, we'd like to pass it.
All right. It is a first-time continuance. Any objection? Any objection from the state on the continuance?
No, Your Honor.
All
No
right,
objection.
August 25th, 9 o'clock. That was the first time up.
Danielle Donahue is the third one, 25 CF 834, same thing, first time.
Well, hold. Can y'all approach on that one real quick?
Heroes Save Money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
For more than 70 years, the sweet aroma of the Crestview Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs has permeated the downtown area. If you have not experienced the unique flavor of Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs, then I encourage you to join us for lunch. Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m., Friday from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., and Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We're located in historic downtown Crestview at 107 North Main Street. Call 850-683-1045.
CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer since 1999. We're state licensed and insured, family owned and operated with 24 years of local service. We specialize in shingles and metal, re-roofs, repairs, and leak specialists. For all of your roof.
Judge, because I filed a recusal last week. All right, what else do you have, Mr.
Last
Powell?
case, Bo, for Bo Powell is McGrant. I can't really read my writing.
Yeah, it's
Tiana is
McGrant.
24 CF 2857.
Yes, sir.
First time too.
First time for Mr. Powell.
Right.
But it's about a 6-month-old case, but.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's put it on 8/25 at 9 o'clock. And then there was another one.
I've got a case, Roy Chambers, Judge.
And I think there was a motion to withdraw.
Right.
I think I just signed that late last week as well. Again, so
get-
you probably haven't received it yet.
I haven't received it, that's what I was.
Is Mr. Chamness here?
He's not.
Come on up, sir.
He's here. I didn't see him. He shaved his.
All right. All right, Mr. Chamness.
Good morning, guys. Oh, hey, Judge.
You had signed the motion for Mr. Powell to withdraw, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can you afford a lawyer to go to represent you going forward?
No, sir.
All right. So what I can do is have you fill out, do we have any PD applications up there? Fill out that application and file it with the clerk on the first floor before you leave this morning. And then we'll see you back next Monday, June 30th, and you'll have a lawyer appointed at that time if you qualify.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll see you back on June 30th.
That's all I got, Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Powell.
So Monday.
Monday for Bo for the Busby case.
Okay.
All right.
Good to see you, Judge.
You too. Thank you, Mr. Powell. Morning, Mr. Catalina.
Good
How are
morning,
you?
sir. Your Honor, I have 3 cases on the docket. The first one is Mr. Stephen John Harrell, Harrell, 24 CF 2421. Your Honor, the state doesn't have an objection to a continuance. We have deposition set at 9 a.m. on August 22nd.
That was Harrell?
Correct.
Okay.
That's Ms. Leon.
Okay.
Yes.
And when are the depots, did you say?
Judge, they're August 22nd at 9 a.m.
August 22nd, so right before pretrial. All right, August 25th at 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And that'll be the last continuing, Judge.
Yeah. It's, all right. What else do you have, Mr. Candleman?
Judge, I have Holly Nicole Mason, Mason, 24 CF 2413. Your Honor, we have depot set on August 19th at 9 a.m. So we can have that one set for the 20th.
What was that date again? I'm sorry.
August 19th, 9 a.m. And that should be dispositive of the case, Judge.
Okay, so August 25th at 9 o'clock for Ms. Mason.
Yes, sir. And one last case, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
Tamika Hilliard, she's present in the courtroom, Your Honor, Hilliard, 24 CF 1478. Your Honor, we have a motion to withdraw that's scheduled for the 31st. I'm sorry, I think it's the 30th
July.
of June. Let me make sure, sir. July 31st.
All right, Ms. Hilliard, are you aware of that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any objections to Mr. Kalanick withdrawing from your case?
Actually, I'd just like to say a little piece.
Well, we can do that on the hearing date then. I just want to know if we can, if it's not going to be a hearing, then we can resolve it.
No, I do have a lawyer that I'm planning on retaining, but he wanted a little bit extra, like, not a little bit. He was kind of extensive on it, so I need like a few more weeks, maybe a month, to get the money to retain him.
All right, but are you objecting to Mr. Kalanick withdrawing? Okay. So get me an order on that, Mr. Kalanick.
I got one.
Okay.
One? Can I approach?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And then what I'll do for you, Miss Hilliard, is I'll give you a new court date, but we're getting to the point, this case is a year old.
Yes, sir.
All right. So whoever's going to take the case is going to have to be ready to go in August.
Okay.
And what I need you to do, Miss Hilliard, is go down to the clerk's office. And make sure they have your correct address so they can send you anything until that new attorney jumps on.
Yes, sir.
Okay? All right, your next court date's going to be August 25th at 9 o'clock.
Can I have another court date in another county about my son on the same exact day?
Judge, she has another case very similar in Walton County and Defuniak, and I guess it falls on the same date.
Is that in the morning?
Yes, sir.
Would it be an issue to be here in the afternoon?
Not sure. The last time I went to court there, I didn't get out till 4 o'clock.
In front of Judge Love?
Yes, sir.
just have court last week?
Yes, sir.
Just hasn't been updated. That's why it doesn't give that new date.
I was actually getting the lawyer to do that same case.
You don't have a lawyer in that case?
Judge, I did speak with the public defender that represents her currently on that case, and he told me the same thing that she's saying right now.
Okay, that's Mr. Turner over there.
Mr. Turner is her present attorney, yes, sir. She told me that she was planning on retaining private counsel for both cases.
My only other option is I can just put you on the 27th, which is when we do our inmate cases, but I'll make an exception to have your case on that day. So you're going to have to be back on August 27th at 9 o'clock. Obviously, if you have an attorney, make sure they put in their paperwork in advance of that. Because, again, the case is a year old. This one that you've got in Walton County is a year old as well. So these cases have to get moving.
Yes, sir, I understand.
I'm sure Judge Love told you that on last Friday as well.
Yes, sir. I wanted to be, careful because it is.
Well, I understand, but just delaying it doesn't make it go away. Okay. All right, August 27th at 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
And Judge, all
Thank you.
depositions have been done in this case in Crestview.
They have?
Depositions, isn't that correct?
Yes, for our case.
Okay.
Can I ask, how do I get any information on my case? Because I haven't got anything from him. Like, nothing.
Like what, discovery or?
Discovery, just depositions. The only thing I get is bills from him.
Judge, I have had meetings with Chilliard. I don't want to go into
That
that
he
right
missed.
now. No, Your Honor.
He's
she didn't
missed
come
like
to
3
my
years.
All right, well, turn over a copy of whatever you've got to her,
Everything.
Mr.
I will
Kennedy.
send it by email, Judge.
Okay.
Not
Thank
even
you,
a
sir.
contract.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Flowers?
Your Honor, I'm looking at my page 9, but it's Zanaya Brown,
Okay.
number 35. Judge, I'm asking this be placed on for August 25th. 2 reasons. One, we believe we're going to get a drop charge request. The second, if not, we're going to have a deposition. So I'm asking for August 25th.
It's going to be over state's objection, Your Honor?
I think we talked about drop charge form last time.
We did. We don't have one yet.
Okay, so why has the deposition been done?
We haven't said it yet. Judge, can we approach?
Sure.
Needs, call us today or visit our website at cqroofing.com. CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
Man, I got this. Let's roll. Fight fire with fire. Take 1. Have you been injured in an accident and need righteous representation? Call us, because we fight fire. Damn thing ain't working. Whoa!
Not cool, bro. I'm attorney Coy Browning. Personal injury is no joke. Just ask him.
Injured? Take a breath. Call Coy.
open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and it's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
All right.
Understanding is June 30th.
June
We'll be back
30th.
before you.
Yes, 9 o'clock, June 30th. See what y'all can get set in the meantime.
Your Honor, the next matter is James Aircard. Your Honor, there is a motion hearing in this court on June 30th. It is my understanding that one's been set on two separate issues.
Depositions and the bond.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
So that's where we are.
June 30th, is that set in the afternoon, or is it just set in the morning?
Judge, I don't know that.
I'm checking, Your Honor.
Afternoon?
I don't remember. I know it was set.
I didn't see anything as far as a notice, but as we
It'll
talked
probably
about before, while you were still in Fort Walton, they're dealing with the same problems
Yes, sir,
down there,
that-
I'm sure, is that the clerk's office has got a little bit of a delay in their queue.
I
because
will
of the
see to it
change.
that a notice is filed with the court.
If you could just courtesy copy one to my office, just so I know so I can prepare for everything.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, I know things that I've signed or people have told me have been filed for 2 weeks or more, still haven't made it to the docket.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, I remember coordinating, Your Honor, and I also asked Mr. Flowers if he had any objection to allow my victim to appear via Zoom because she resides out of state. He said he didn't object.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, would the court allow that?
That's fine, just y'all got to tell me about it, so I make sure to turn the Zoom
Correct.
on.
Yes, Your Honor, I will, yes.
If there's no objection, I'm fine with that. For this type of a hearing, it's potentially evidentiary, but I believe it's,
No, she was asked, and I was happy to agree. As always.
part of my concern with the state's motion was that the attachment that y'all had there was no signature on it, so it's just,
The warrant?
well, whatever that police report was, it was like a printout of it before it was ever signed. So it's hard for the court to sign an order based on an unsworn affidavit, basically.
I will follow up. That was sent to me by Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they sent to me, but I can reach out to actually the officer in Tennessee to get.
I'm just explaining why I wouldn't, most orders are revoked bound get signed pretty quickly, but that's the reason I didn't sign that one. Plus, I think it was from last year.
Yeah, it was over a year ago.
2024,
All right, then we'll see you back on Monday, June 30th.
the 30th.
Is it 9 o'clock? Did y'all know if you coordinated for 9 or the afternoon?
I can check that too. If I find the email.
I will as well.
Okay, here.
Judge, the next matter, are we ready to move forward?
I just want to make sure we get that time right so the clerk can write it on the paperwork.
Your Honor, I have August 7th for that hearing at 9. I don't have the 30th.
I'm making that inquiry right now.
Why don't we just handle your other cases, Mr. Flowers, and
We'll
maybe
come-
we'll hear back by the time.
Very well. The next is Kyle Frazier.
Okay.
We're asking for August 25th. We were provided, discovery as it comes in, it's being provided to us, and there's some mathematical computations. There's going to need to be, from our perspective, an accident reconstruction person. The state's going to, my guess, need one, and we are too. I'm asking for August 25th.
Whose case is that?
That's accurate representation, no objection, Your Honor.
Y'all still receiving things in discovery?
Well, we just had calculations and stuff for the speed of slowing down and all that stuff, so it's, and that was just provided, I think.
Yeah, my guess is you just got it and sent it right to me.
Okay. Well, I assume so.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I don't think the math has changed since September when this all happened, so
Well,
I'm just
we-
wondering why they're not getting it done and to you for
Judge, this is-
9 months.
If August 25th is fine with the court,
All right, August 25th.
Yes.
Sorry, in the meantime, I was able to some notice over here for August 7th at 9 a.m.
Very well. August 7th at 9 appears to be accurate. Thank you.
And that's back to Eckhart?
That's
Yes,
back to
sir.
Eckhart, August 7th. Thank you.
And what time is that set for?
9 a.m.?
9 a.m., yes.
August 7th at 9 a.m. for the motion hearings. And then August 25th for
Yes, sir.
retrial.
Judge, if we're now ready to move forward, Kelvin Wise.
Sir. Go ahead.
In Kelvin Wise, we had coordinated with the state depositions, and no one came.
Service issues is what I have.
Well,
written
one
down.
was served, one was not. Having said that, cases 10 years old, the allegations are 10 years old. I don't know that the state has better addresses. Candidly, I think we ought to leave it on for P or C.
Whose case is it?
It's my case, Your
All right,
Honor.
so plea or continue? Is what he's asking for?
We haven't, Mr. Flowers, it's not deposed. I already know that one of the victims is not cooperative, does not want to go forward. I don't even have an address for her. However, there are two victims. The second one is cooperative and available.
Okay.
She just didn't come to deposition.
She wasn't served, Your Honor.
Well,
So-
Judge, no one else showed up either, Judge, except me.
Okay. So why can't it be, if she was served, why can't it be reset and served again?
You
She
can't.
wasn't served,
She
Your
wasn't served,
Honor.
but you have an address for her?
Yes, I do.
I don't. We gave it to them to serve her.
He hasn't given me another subpoena to send to the victim.
Judge, I grow weary of this. We gave them the first one. We don't have their address. The state does, and she didn't come.
And I have offered to serve the subpoena for Mr. Flowers to the victim.
What I'm saying is, why hasn't it been reset?
Because we haven't been contacted to reset new dates and having the subpoena. So I cannot reset it by myself.
I'll reset it, Judge.
Please do. I mean, this case is over a year old. You said the allegations are 10 years old, but the case is a year old.
Yes.
And just,
Agreed.
if it's a situation where he needs to send you the subpoena, I just,
I said,
I didn't think that's how it was done. I thought
I'll
when
take ownership of that. For everything, I trust exactly what Ariana says. If she's not telling the truth, it'd be the first time.
All right. It's going to be August 25th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
But that deposition needs to be done by that point.
We'll do the best we can. Yeah, we'll do it. Your Honor, when you're ready to move forward,
Go
I'm
ahead.
ready.
What else do you have?
William Johns is under Tim Shaw's
Okay,
name, but
let
he
me-
and I are co-counsel. And Judge, there are 3 co-defendants in that matter.
3 total, right?
3 total. The other is Evan Reynolds, who's represented by attorney Stephen Webster. The other is Brandon Hardaway, represented by attorney Nathan Prince. In all 3 of those matters, we're seeking a continuance through the no fault of anyone. The state has now located a use of force expert who's not available to be deposed until the end of June, I'm told. I think that's accurate.
Who's handling the case?
I'm handling it today, Your Honor.
But is this Ms. Sandler's case?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
There's a motion to consolidate out there as well. Do you know if you or your counterparts are going to object to that, or?
We're not.
Okay. Well, I'll just have to hear from everybody, but.
Yes, you will. I didn't know that was set for it.
It's
we
not
would
set
deal with
for
that
today.
but I know
That was my question. It's been filed, but no one set it for a hearing.
I knew Mr. Sheet would be here today. Ms. Sandler, we met with her just a couple of days ago. The state
we're staying in constant contact. She knows we're asking for a continuance today. Frankly, finding a use of force expert supporting their position has been hard for them. And they finally found one. So, but we got to take the deposition.
Sure. Do y'all have an expert already?
Judge, we probably have 50.
Okay.
But yes, we do.
I just want to make sure it's not a situation where there's a deposition of their expert, and then you got to find an expert. The case is from
Judge,
2022.
Having ours deposed won't be a difficult thing at all. It's just which one. We have volunteers that can't wait.
All right. So how quickly can this deposition get set?
I understand that she's ready for it to be set whenever.
The truth is, Your Honor, I believe it has been set. Mr. Webster has made arrangements to do that, is my understing.
You know, I just can't trust the
And
court docket to show me
his
if
client is
anything's been
Evan
filed.
Reynolds, Judge, and I believe he and Miss Sandler have discussed that very thing.
Yeah, we just got, I knew it was either almost about to be set or has
Almost
been.
about to be set.
My
Or
understanding
has
is
been
it's-
set.
Hold on, look at this.
Yep.
Notice of deposition. Is this the guy in South Carolina?
That's the one.
All right, it's tomorrow.
He may be, I knew it was this week, or I thought that was the case. That's
By
why I'm
Zoom,
covering
but it's
for you.
tomorrow at 10 Eastern.
Very well.
And Your Honor, that does actually sound like what Ms. Sandler had told me.
Yep.
I apologize. It's,
I'll be watching by Zoom, but Mr. Webster has made the trip, and Miss Sandler has also, I believe.
she's not going to be appearing by Zoom.
We don't appear by Zoom for those, Judge. We go.
But one of you goes.
Right. We take turns. I'm asking for August 25th, Judge.
Is there an objection to that, Mr. Sheen?
No objection.
Okay, all right.
And Your Honor,
Y'all want to talk about the potential trial date for September? I've already got someone who's asked for the first week. We've got 3 days set aside for that.
It'll either not be a trial at all, or it'll take longer than that.
Well, I've got 2 trial weeks, so what I'm saying is if we want to talk about maybe putting it on the September 15th.
I will apologize that I don't know about
Well,
Mr. Webster and Mr. Prince.
Okay.
But that date, the second date, quite obviously would be preferable to us.
When we're dealing with out-of-state experts or anyone coming from out of state, I'd like to see if we can get a date figured
Yes, sir.
out so everyone can get their subpoenas and travel plans and all that done. So we'll talk about it, I guess, on August 25th.
Thank you, Judge.
But this case needs to be done next cycle.
Yeah, we agree.
All right, and you're covering for Mr. Prince and Mr. Webster for those cases as
Yes,
well?
sir.
Okay.
And they agree with what our request is. It's the same request, sir. Your Honor, the next matter, if the court is ready,
Go ahead.
is Jonathan Roller.
Go ahead.
I don't know when the next dates are for, I would suggest a plea or continuance. Mr. Shaw won't be available, but we believe if an agreement consistent with what we believe is reasonable can be accomplished, that I can do that in his stead, and we hope that that can be the case.
What if it's not the case?
So we're going to go to trial,
This time?
August.
You want August pretrial?
As opposed to, yeah, I want to,
It's going to be over the state's objection, Your Honor, because this went through the same thing 3-4 pre-trials ago. That I've been sending the same offer over and over by email. There's no response,
disagree.
even a counter offer, nothing.
I've told you we'll take the same thing the other two got.
Except the facts for him are different.
You
and
said
the
there was
offer
no
is
response.
different.
I'm giving you the response.
Just now in court, Mr. Flowers, we could have had this conversation prior to today.
That would make it even 20 times we've had it.
All right, and I understand, we talked about this the last time. It was talking
Yes.
about plea negotiations, talking about treatment of co-defendants being treated differently, but I don't want to keep continuing this case. It's 3 years old.
Well, what would you suggest? What's the court's suggestion?
Plea trial for Monday.
Yes, Your Honor, the state is fine with that.
I mean, the trial period won't be till July, but why don't y'all approach, because I don't want to.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
Hi, I'm Michael Gilbert, defense attorney with Warrior Law. I represent those accused in Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and Walton County. If you or anyone you know has been accused of a crime, give us a call. We can help.
All right, ruler will be August 25th
Yes, sir.
at 9 o'clock. Continued for the reasons discussed at
Thank you.
the bench.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, I was contacted and am standing in for attorney Tyrese Cruz, who represents Raul Pena in 25 CF 485. Mr. Cruz anticipates motion practice. And I don't know the status of the case, but for that, and asked me to ask the court to continue the matter to allow him to file his motion. His client is incarcerated in the state of Florida. I'm unaware where, but I know that he's incarcerated.
I couldn't figure it out either. He's got cases in like 4 or 5 different counties.
Yes, sir. And that's what I know. I was contacted last night, frankly, by Mr. Dyram, who knows Mr. Cruz. I said I would stand in and make that request based on the motion practice that's coming, and we anticipate that motion practice will be to withdraw.
Withdraw.
That's what that's what I was told, Your Honor.
I don't think you need a whole lot of practice at that one.
No, sir.
Well, it's the first time up. So August 25th at 9 o'clock. But
yes,
I'd like, if that's what's going to happen, then it needs to happen.
I'm going to communicate that to Mr. Dyram to communicate that further.
I've got pending cases, Nassau County, Hamilton County, Martin County.
I didn't know all of that, but I knew that he was incarcerated in another county, Your Honor.
Okay.
Judge, that's all I have. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Flowers. August 25th, 9 o'clock for Garcia Pena. Mr. Kleins, you have yours ready to go?
You agree with me?
I know I signed some orders for you last week, but I can't remember which ones, and then they haven't been posted yet. So.
I know. We're all struggling with the benchmark move.
Give me a second to get to your page.
Yes, sir. While Your Honor's looking, I'm going to have Barbara Abrams start approaching.
All right, I'm there. Go ahead.
Your Honor, Ms. Abrams is present and approaching. The issue with Ms. Abrams is she does not have a way for me to get in touch with her. She has been offered mental health court. Today was the first time I got a chance to talk with her. I would ask the court to leave her on for next Monday for plea or continue. The intent would be to have her plead into mental health court in July. She does want to do the program, so I want to have her come back because I can't talk with her on the phone. I want her here next Monday so I can go over the plea terms and give her the date and time. So if we can leave this on plea or continue for the 30th.
Is this Ms. Abrams coming up?
Yes, Your Honor. That's
Ms. Abrams, did you hear all that? All right, so you want to come back Monday and then in the mental health court program? All right, then we'll see you back next Monday, June 30th at 9 a.m. Oh,
Your Honor, I also have a case with Ms. Abrams, 25 CF 505, Your Honor. She's set for this afternoon. If the court would be okay handling that, my position is the same as Mr. Klein's, Your Honor.
okay, we'll put all your cases on June 30th at 9 o'clock. All right, thank you.
Next in the gallery, I have Casey Little, to be followed by James Llewellyn. Ms. Little is present and approaching. I'm going to have Mr. Sheik put today's date on the signature line.
Thank you.
There's going to be an agreement here, and just so the record is clear, if I may approach.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sheik did advise me, the way I have written that plea is technically incorrect. I believe the tampering is count 1 on the actual information. The agreement between the parties is that Ms. Little is going to be pleading to 1 count of possession of paraphernalia. The other 2 charges are going to be null pros in exchange for the plea. So I have referenced count 1 on the plea as being the paraphernalia charge. Whatever count number it is in the actual information, she's pleading to the paraphernalia count. The other 2 counts will be null pros. The agreed upon disposition is that Ms. Little will be sentenced to time served. I would ask the court to impose misdemeanor court costs and $150 in costs of defense, and she would be adjudicated of that 1 first-degree misdemeanor.
Information been filed?
We did, Your Honor, but I think it's in one of those holding things, Your Honor.
Do you have a copy of it at least?
I have a digital copy.
Okay.
Do you need me to print one out quick, Your Honor?
Again?
Do you need me to print one out quick, Your Honor?
If you could, because we don't have one, and this is a March case, so, I mean, you think that would have been, when was it filed? 'Cause I don't want to just assume it's stuck in the queue somewhere when it's actually not.
It says April 8th is when it was signed, but I think it might have, I think what happened, Your Honor, is it was signed and then it somehow got missed on the filing. It looks like it was filed on June 18th. So it was a mistake in when it actually was filed, Your Honor.
Mr. Kleins, I know you're relatively new to RCC.
Yes, sir.
But do y'all normally file a waiver of arraignment?
Yes, on the felony cases, yes, we do file not guilties, and that's my understanding. I have not been to a felony arraignment date since I've been here, so.
Okay, because the issue is that's usually when we find out if an information's been filed or not, and it looks like there wasn't one. So I'm trying to come up with something as to how we can avoid this situation.
Well, I can't tell the court, like, if the court's seeing a waiver of appearance for an arraignment.
I can see the plea of not guilty, yeah.
Okay, I mean, I will tell the court that, in my experience, both with the public defenders and regional conflict counsel, the automatic reflex is to file written not guilty pleas. And we do the same thing with discovery demands. A lot of times the discovery demands are filed far before the informations are actually filed. So if the court's seeing a written not guilty plea, it was anticipatorily filed.
I'm trying to come up with a way to make sure this doesn't happen in the future, that if you guys file that, which is fine. I mean,
Right.
most defense lawyers file a plea of not guilty and waiver of arraignment when they get retained or whatever, but then an information doesn't get filed and it gets kind of lost in the shuffle, that, you know, making sure it doesn't happen again, because now I don't have an information, and how can I let her plea if?
And I advised Mr. Sheik of that last week. I said, look, I'm not seeing an information in benchmark.
You printing one out?
Yes, and that's why I made sure, I forget, I know you sent it, was it one you sent Friday?
I believe so.
I think we had found it like right before he sent us a
That's
message.
fine. Again, I'd like to find it out
Yes.
not 2 days before
Oh,
court. That way, everything.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I even
it's
explained
just a calamity of issues right now.
Yes, sir. And I explained this to Ms. Little out in the hall. I said, look, I said, the state's telling me information's been filed. The judge is not going to take a plea agreement unless he knows that. So,
The rules are the rules.
I would rather they be more formal than relaxed.
Sure.
Quite honestly.
Are you able to print one so that the defense can take a look at it and make sure everything's?
I'm trying.
0% printed.
Can we maybe pass Ms.
Yes,
Lewin?
absolutely.
We'll call you back up once they get everything figured out.
Next, I have James Llewellyn, followed by Cecilia Mortimer. Mr. Llewellyn is present and approaching. Your Honor, I did have a meeting with Mr. Llewellyn in my office a couple weeks ago. During that meeting, he advised me that he had given his previous attorney a thumb drive that had what sounds to me like a decent amount of reciprocal discovery on it. My office located that thumb drive late last week. I also, having had that meeting, and I've advised Ms. Leone that there will be a standing ground motion that gets filed. She has requested that not be set for hearing the month of July. She's going to be out of the country at that date and time. So Your Honor's aware, the standing ground motion should be filed this week. I will notice it for the hearing date in August. And I've already told Ms. Leone to keep an eye out for potential reciprocal coming in the next week or two. But for those reasons, I would ask the court for one cycle continuance, and once I get the motion filed, we'll notice it for that hearing date.
State, any issues with that?
No, I just would like to see the reciprocal discovery.
Sure.
Yes.
All right, you guys want to kind of pencil it in for August 7th? I mean, I don't like to set hearings on motions that haven't been filed yet, but is that what you're shooting for?
That, and also me not having reviewed, I don't know if there is any deposition that I would have to take based on the evidence you're going to give me. I don't know the
All right.
nature of it, so.
I'm getting ahead of us, so.
No, I know, you're not.
Let's just go ahead and put it on August 25th. I understand the concerns and the issues that have gone on in the case now that you've explained it, Mr. Kleins. But the case is getting a little bit on the older side, so let's make sure that everything's being done.
Oh, certainly. And that's why we've already talked about the hearing date, because I would have liked to have done it in July, but I certainly understand she's got some personal time she's taking. I get that. So, yes, sir. All right.
August 25th at 9 o'clock. Mortimer was next.
Sorry, Your Honor?
Mortimer, I think
Yes.
was the next.
Cecilia Mortimer. And then she's present, but she's on the 1 o'clock docket is Susan Ford. So this is Miss Mortimer, Your Honor. I was sitting down to write a C4 motion in this particular case, and I came across some language in one of the police reports that references photographs that I don't have. So Mr. Sheik is looking to see if he has those photographs. It will control whether or not I file that motion. Additionally, Ms. Mortimer has advised me that she did bring a bill of sale to my office for this particular automobile. We don't have that. My assistant is reaching out to Ms. Mortimer's daughter, I believe. I have advised Ms. Mortimer that I intend to set this case for trial in the month of August, regardless of what goes on with the C4 motion. But even if she handed me a bill of sale today, I would probably ask to continue this just so I could figure out how to authenticate it.
Would the C4 just be on the theft?
It would. It's not dispositive. The giving a false name is totally independent of the C4 motion.
Okay. Sheik?
Yes,
Photos?
No objection, and we're going to be getting anything that we have with the photos we'll be looking for, Your Honor. We just learned about it as well.
You've already done depositions, right?
That's correct, Your Honor. We took
And
those.
the case is only a couple months old, so you've actually got a lot done in a short time, so.
Sir.
All right, so we'll put that on August 25th.
All right.
At 9 o'clock.
25th. Yep. All right. Then, Your Honor, last I have, she's on the 1 o'clock docket, it's Susan Ford.
And everything else was continued by order already, right?
Correct, Your Honor, yes.
Have you received those orders?
We did, actually, I have them written out. We actually got even Mr. Augustine's order, which wasn't signed until Friday. Just on a very quick related note, is there a timeline or a deadline that the court wants to see the motions to continue?
I mean, the earlier the better, but I
certainly.
mean, I sign things every day, sometimes even on the weekends, but you may not get it until Friday afternoon if you don't file it till Thursday or Friday.
Absolutely. No, I understand. I'm trying to get them, I just know on the south end, Judge Stone and Judge Brown had, like, if they're not filed by 12:30 on Wednesday before court, file a waiver. That was the practice down there.
I typically haven't done that.
No worries.
But if I feel that every Friday before pretrial I'm signing, 24 orders from the same people, then I may change that rule. But
Fair enough.
But I would say get it to me by Thursday if you can.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, depending on what I have on Friday, I may not be able to get to them, and then people are showing up for court where I would have continued them if I'd got it earlier.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So this is Ms. Ford. This is a brand-new case. This is her first time on a pretrial conference docket. She has made 2 appointments with my office. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to seal the deal on that, but she's trying. I would ask the court for a 1-cycle continuance. I do expect to be getting my hands on some reciprocal that might be extremely important for this matter.
Any objection?
I'm sorry, which one was this, Your Honor?
Forward, it's on the 1 o'clock docket. It's the first time up, right?
No objection then, Your Honor.
Okay. August 25th, 9 o'clock.
Can we recall Ms. Little, or should we transfer to Mr. Nopes?
Do we have an information yet?
I'm sending it, my computer was having issues.
So no.
I'll pass.
No, we do not have it.
Okay, Mr. Nopes. I was Fort Walton this morning.
It's still going. I have to go back.
You have to go back?
I got to go back. So, sometimes it's just going to be one of those days. Judge, I've got Terry Dunn, which is 25 CF 73. Judge, I don't know. The state sent me a drop charge request as it pertains to one of the victims. We have depositions currently scheduled for July 2nd, and I just kind of wanted to see if they're going to announce anything at this point about the total case or maybe one of the counts of the case. Sandra Boyd is the victim we received the drop charge request from.
No announcement this time, Your Honor, but
Okay.
we still do need to do the depositions and talk with the other victim.
That'll be great, Judge.
Is that the ag assault or the battery that the drop charge came?
If it is, it'd be the ag assault, Your Honor.
You asking for August?
Yes, sir. Well, we've got depots already scheduled for July 2nd, so.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't have another court date after that as far as this cycle other than trial.
So we're looking at August.
August 25th is the next pretrial, 9 o'clock. Obviously, y'all get something worked out, want to bring it in earlier, we can find a date for you, but.
Okay. And then we've got Bradley, and I honestly, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, Geisy or Geesey, 24 CF 2875. Judge, we've already got a date and a time for the depots. I signed that Thursday or Friday, so I'd like to continue it as well.
Do you know when that is?
I don't have it right here in front of me.
Because even if you signed it and filed it, I might not be able to see it still. I can't. All right, but they're set?
They are set.
All right. Objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, August 25th, 9 o'clock.
And, Your Honor, those are also July 2nd.
Those are July 2nd as well.
Good. And then Joseph Lally, Judge, I've met with Mr. Lawley. I believe he's certainly got a defense to the case. We are in the process of setting depositions. I'd ask to put it on August 25th.
You were just appointed recently, right?
4/8.
August 25th, 9 o'clock.
And then, Judge, I've got Shannon Martin, 25 CF 853. Oh, nice. Yeah. Judge, I was just hired on that case. And I think Brandy Merrifield's got a co-defendant. I just got.
Discovery should be on your way.
Yeah, it got here.
Is an information file on this one, Mr. Sheets?
That's what I was just handing right here. It's the same thing with the.
We talked about the co-defendant already, Mr. Nopes, and so I think the information just got filed, so. All right, so that'll be August 25th at 9.
And then I've got Christopher Dean McCoy. Judge, if I could just have a second to speak to the state. Judge, we're going to leave it set for docket day without subpoenas. We may very well have it worked out.
Yes, Your Honor. I have to review something Mr. Nope just told me.
All right, June 30th at 9 o'clock for a possible plea.
And then the last one I've got, Judge, is Ralph Jeremy Thompson. Judge, he's present. He's got 24 CF 1715, 24 CF 2620, 24 CF 2641, 24 CF 2675, 25 CF 399. Judge, he informed me this morning when I walked into the courtroom that his father was in the process of hiring Larissa Dudley. Ms. Dudley and I haven't spoke about it, so that was news to me, but.
I just met with her Friday, Your Honor.
So I guess.
If I would ask the court to please give me a continuance until, because we're going to get, I will have Mr. Dudley by the next time I come in, Your Honor.
I think here's the problem, though, Mr. Thompson. You've got a case that's a year old already, and now you've got a new lawyer starting over it. You have to make, hold on. You have to make sure that they're ready to take the case over and get moving with it. I've had a lot of cases today now that people take over and then they say, well, I need more time. But at some point,
Your Honor,
these cases need to be.
Last time I was here, I was told you I was going to talk about hiring Powell, Mr. Powell, and then I was just go with him. But then when the state said I was looking at 38 months, that's when my father said, let's go ahead and get a lawyer because of the.
You have a lawyer.
I'm sorry, I'm not just. I really, Your Honor, I'm doing what my dad told me to do.
Okay.
Judge, I would tell you that even though I was appointed in February, one of the cases is new.
Well, I understand one of them's new, but there was one in July of 24, and then November of 24, and then another one in November of 24, and another one in November of 24, and then now one in February of 25. So if there's a new one every couple of months, we got to get the cases over with, Mr. Thompson. I'll give you a continuance, but if you don't have Miss Dudley or whoever you're hiring next time, then we're setting one of them for trial.
She'll be here, Your Honor.
August 25th, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, sir.
Judge, Jason Cobb texted me this morning. He's got 3 cases on the docket. Robert Brown, 25 CF 355. He asked to leave it set for docket day, plea or continuance.
June 30th, 9 o'clock for plea or continuance.
He also has James Jackson, 24 CF 2486. They had deposition scheduled, but then there was some conflict between the timing for the state and him, and so they've agreed to reschedule those, so he asked to continue that.
All right, state, who's on Jackson?
Me, Judge, and just to clarify, I have for June 18th in an email.
19th.
You couldn't reissue all the subpoenas.
August 25th, 9 o'clock.
And then the last case he has is Lonnie Ward, 24 CF 2269. He says he filed a motion and an order for the release of the search warrant, and so he's asking to...
But what he hasn't done is set a hearing.
I'm sorry?
He hasn't set a hearing, though.
He didn't mention
There
setting a
may
hearing.
be no need for it, Your Honor. I may agree to it once
Okay.
I get the motion, yeah.
Well, the motion was filed in April. And
So,
Mr. Cobb sent me an order last week, but we hadn't had a hearing on it.
oh,
so.
no, he's just supposed to send you the order, Your Honor, because I'm agreeing to it.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I don't think
that's
that
why.
was, I don't think that was clear in what I was given, so that's
Okay,
why.
yes.
All right, well, I can get that signed. I just.
You mean you actually read what we send you? That was just a little joke.
I do. I mean, I don't see anything in the order that I was given that says that the state agreed to it, but you are agreeing to it, Ms. Lee?
I am,
All
yeah.
right, so I'm going to go ahead and sign the order right now. I looked at it, I just didn't sign it because I didn't see an agreement and we hadn't had a hearing.
Absolutely.
All right, so we'll put you on the 25th of August at 9. Thank you.
That's all I got.
That's everything you got?
As far as I'm aware.
Okay.
I say that, as far as I can tell. So
Okay.
it's
Well,
not
if you
gonna-
need anything else, we'll be here a good portion of the afternoon with the PD docket, but we'll see you tomorrow. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Well, I've got 2. One of them, filed notices of appearance on.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Nopes. Do we have an information on Miss Little yet?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I think I've got a couple of people who aren't represented. Let me call those up. All right, do we have, William Reed, I guess is William Reed here? I think he's on the PD docket now. And then Tyler Simmons. Tyler Simmons here. Are you dismissing that case, Mr.
Yes, we
Sheik?
are, Your Honor.
Okay, I saw he pled in misdemeanor court.
I wasn't sure. I tried to get a hold of him to let him know that he didn't need to show up because we were dismissing it, but
Maybe I think you announced last time if he pleads in misdemeanor court, you'll dismiss it. And I know he pled in misdemeanor court, so he must have just assumed it would be dismissed.
yeah,
So,
we are dismissing it.
all right. So that's Tyler Simmons, 25 CF 424 is dismissed by the state. All right. Anybody else here that's not represented? Your name, sir? Beck? All right, Mr. Beck, I think you said at arraignment you were going to hire a
Yes,
lawyer.
sir.
Have you done so?
I'm still working on it, sir. I'm waiting to get my taxes in so I can do that.
Have you met with a lawyer already?
I've tried speaking with one over the telephone. I work, I work in Robertsdale, Alabama, so I leave at 5:30 in the morning and get home like 7:30 at night. So it's,
You can just see
Yeah.
if you can set up a telephone call with
Yes,
them when you're
sir,
driving back.
But they want money, so I'm trying to wait on, I can get my taxes,
Sure, I understand. Is there an offer from Mr.
There
Beck?
is, Your Honor. The offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, 2 years probation, court costs, and $28.95 in restitution to Walmart, and no trespassing at Walmart.
I didn't do anything wrong.
I'm just want to make sure it's announced on the record for you. All right, so I can give you another court date, Mr. Beck,
please.
but since you're asking for more time, you understand that you're waiving your right to a speedy trial then?
Yes, sir. Like I said, I just didn't do. Yep.
I mean, it's the first time up, it's not a big deal. I just
Yes.
want to make sure that, you don't come back next time and
No,
we're
sir,
in the same situation.
I mean, I definitely want a private attorney. I'm trying to get one.
August 25th I'm going to keep you at 9 o'clock. So if you hire a private attorney, that's what docket you'll be in. But if you ever get to a point where you feel you can't afford it, you can certainly go to the clerk's office, fill out an application for a public defender, and I'm not going to appoint
Yes,
you one
sir.
if you qualify.
Okay, sir.
But it's another option.
Hey, thank you so much.
All
sir.
right, thank you, Mr. Beck. We'll see you back on August 25th. All right, apparently I've got somebody on Zoom.
No.
All right, can you hear me, Mr. Johnson?
Judge, I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. All right. Sorry, we just finished up with our private attorneys. So this is it Hudson?
It's
Huggins?
Huggins, you're on
Huggins.
A2G 24 CF 2652.
All right. What are we doing with Mr. Huggins?
Judge, I would like to continue this case, the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force Program case.
Okay.
Back in April, I'd asked Ms. Basso for the consent forms for the individuals who were used in the investigation, and I still haven't received those. I also asked her for all the ICAT Operation Investigative Standard. She said she couldn't provide those. I got most of them except the redacted portion and dealing with investigations from the task force director in Gainesville, and filed a motion, the court will enter an order for them to comply with the discovery rules and provide all those standards. And the next thing really for me to do is set that for a hearing.
All right, Ms. Basso. Was that motion filed already, Mr. Johnson?
Judge, it was filed probably Friday. I can't hear what Ms. Basso's saying, but we have a similar ICAT case that started in front of Judge Brown a few years ago, and then it's been signed to Judge Stone, And Ms. Basso now filed a motion for Judge Stone to overrule some of Judge Brown's.
What does that have to do with our case, Mr. Johnson?
Because I'm involved in that case, I've been monitoring it. We just had a hearing, I think less than 2 weeks ago.
Again, what does that have to do with this case, though, Mr. Johnson? I'm not following.
It's another case dealing with the ICAP standards.
Okay. All right, what else has to be done other than what you're asking for in discovery that they're saying they can't turn over?
Well, I would like to get the standard, then get the information that the standards require, then it would probably require filing some motions, but I still don't have the standards. I have the 2018 standards, they're published. I think the 23 standards are similar, but I have not seen them, and I want to have the latest standards to be able to file motions.
All right, well, you can set your motion for a hearing, Mr. Johnson, but it sounds like you just filed it last week, and I can't see it yet, so.
Yeah, I can't remember if I received notice of filing, but yes, it was filed, I think, Thursday or Friday.
I understand I can't see it, though, so I don't know what the motion is or what it says, and you gotta set it for a hearing.
Right. So could we have a new date, Your Honor?
Also, any objections to the continuance?
No objection to continuance, Your Honor, and then if Mr. Johnson wishes to get a court date for that motion to compel, so the court can make a ruling.
Sure. All right, next pretrial is going to be August 25th at 9 o'clock, Mr. Johnson. When would you like to potentially set your motion? I've got July 31st or August 7th.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, I'm not available technically on the 31st, although I guess Ms. Barrickman could handle that for me, and the 7th I'd like to avoid. But again, like I said, Ms. Barrickman can do it, she'll be familiar with it. Volunteering.
So which one would Ms. Barrickman like to cover? Otherwise, we're pushing it past the pretrial date.
The 7th, I might be able to make that work.
Okay.
That way Ms. Barrickman won't have to do it.
All right.
What is the date, Your Honor?
August 7th at 9 o'clock. If you want to do a notice of hearing for that, Mr. Johnson.
August 7th at 9 o'clock. I'm checking my calendar, and I think we can do that. And is that something that we can do by Zoom, or do we need to appear in Crescent?
I'll have to look at the motion, but I would assume it'd be in person. I've got to be able to read the motion before I know what we're really dealing with.
Judge, I'll do the notice of hearing, and we'll find out if it's in person or Zoom.
All right, but put it for in person, and I'll consider, once I actually get a chance to read the motion, I'll consider if I should make it Zoom or not.
Okay, Judge, thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you.
And we also have the answer to the age-old question, how many ASAs does it take to print an information?
4. You didn't have to call in reinforcements from the office?
Your Honor still has a plea agreement?
Yes, I do.
Can I approach with the information?
Yes, please. Turn the Zoom off.
So the plea, Your Honor, would be to count 2, possession of paraphernalia. Counts 1 and 3 would be null prost. The disposition would still be credit for time served. The misdemeanor court costs 150 costs of defense, and the adjudication on count 2.
I'm going to give the information to the clerk so they have something in their file.
Please.
And then once the one gets processed, it'll be a duplicate. It's dated April 8th, so. All right, Ms. Little, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, can you state your full name and date of birth, please?
5/19/96.
Okay. All right, and you're here in 25 CF 523, where you're currently charged with possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of marijuana, less than 20 grams, and tampering with evidence. Do you understand that? All right, and I've got a plea form that has you pleading to the paraphernalia charge. Is that right? Okay. In return for time served, misdemeanor court costs, or is that $270 in court costs, $150 cost of defense, and how much time do you need to pay those?
It's 30 to 60 days.
I'll give you 60 days, but you can go to the clerk's office and they can set you up with a payment plan. But just make sure you get something done. It's within this next 60 days. You're going to be an adjudication of guilt. Is that what you understand it to be? Okay. Have you gone over this plea and sentencing agreement with your lawyer? Did you understand and sign it? Yes. And are you satisfied with your attorney's advice and representation? Are you currently under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or controlled substances? Are you currently suffering from any mental health issues? These are questions I ask on every plea. Has anyone forced, pressured, or threatened you in any way to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Has anyone promised you anything in return for your plea? You understand that by entering a plea, there won't be a trial of any kind, and that you're giving up your trial rights, which start on page 1 and continue on to page 2 of the agreement that you signed. Do you have any questions about those? Do you understand that you're waiving any potential defenses that you may have? And do you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, this could lead to your deportation? You understand that? Okay. All right. And what is your plea to the drug paraphernalia charge? All right. I'm going to accept your no contest plea as freely, voluntarily, knowingly given. State have an announcement as to the marijuana and tampering charges.
The state will null cross those other two charges.
Okay. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty. Time served, $270 in misdemeanor court costs, $150 cost of defense. Shouldn't it be less because it's a misdemeanor? Shouldn't it be 50 plus 50?
As a matter of fact, I went over that in the hall, and I said, if this started in county court, it would definitely be $50. I'll defer to the court. If the court wants to chop off $50.
I think that's normally what's done. I just read what's in the plea agreement normally.
We would orally request that the court.
Okay, $100 cost of defense. Since it's a misdemeanor, I'll give you 60 days to pay that or set up that payment plan with the clerk's office, like I mentioned. And then you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence, Ms. Little.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm going to run over to the jail. I have one person on the 1 o'clock or 1:30 docket. I'll be back as quick as I can.
We'll be here for a while.
I
don't think you're going to miss us.
I had no doubt. Madam Clerk, is there any way we can, going forward, get all the RCC cases on one docket? Like, when we were looking at the dockets, I didn't really understand. Like, technically, Ms. Ford was on the 1 o'clock docket, too.
I think the issue is when they're getting set, they're PD cases.
Okay.
And then they withdraw and you get put on it. So I don't mind having them like that. It's just.
In the future, would the court, in the clerk's office, if we want to cancel the hearing, set at 1 o'clock and reset it immediately for the 9 o'clock docket, would that work? Okay. Then we'll take care of that. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, it's usually
Awesome.
just, the sequence of events that gets it put on the court date.
Okay,
so.
absolutely.
But, all right. Anything else? Do you have any others for this docket?
I know Mr. Devron Thomas we filed a waiver this morning. Mr. Thomas is in a sober living facility in California. I did talk with him. We just received the discovery last week.
I just want to make sure if there's any other cases of yours.
Yeah, I'm about to run down the street.
No? Okay. All right, we'll see you this afternoon, Mr. Kleins. Who else do you have? Josie, we put on July 31st. That just got figured out Thursday or Friday, I think, because it's a status on competency. I can't remember if he filed a continuance or not. We'll reach out to his office during the lunch break and find out. Anything else from the state?
No, you're on.
Mr. Maddox?
I just had one on the docket. I'm here just getting some other stuff handled this morning, but I had one, Miss Alania Brand, but she's also set on the afternoon.
Okay. Brand?
Yes, Your Honor, Alania Brand. 25 CF 598.
Okay. All right, so we'll just hear them both this afternoon then.
It should only be one case, although
Oh.
I saw it both on the morning and the afternoon. I just wanted to make sure, unless there's a new case that she picked up that I'm unaware of. But I don't think that was the situation.
Yeah, it's the same case numbers listed this morning and the afternoon, so we'll just handle it this afternoon then. What's that? I'm assuming you're not here to address the court. Sorry. All right, that will be adjourned. Or, I'm sorry, recessed until 1 o'clock.